What's going on, everybody? Donovan PNS at your service. Well. Today is January 8th. As we tape this, we are 8 days into the new year, 2021. And it's been interesting, hasn't it? 8 days into the new year and had a lot to cover. Really, a lot to cover within 8 days. Kind of ridiculous, too. Right up to seeing the ball drop, just a whole bunch of other stuff dropped. And I won't get into that right now, but you know what I mean. If you've seen social media, if you've seen the news, if you follow politics or even just been boggled with politics, following you sort of the past 5 years, 6 years, you know what's going on. That's not what I'm here to talk about today, though. In today's video thought blog, I want to talk about Fantasy Island. Fantasy Island. Wow. With all the stuff going on past year and really, gosh, the past 8 days, especially Tuesday and Wednesday, the events that happened, I have not been wanting to turn on the TV except for Netflix and chill, catching up on movies and binging movies and TV shows. Great season of Cobra Kai, by the way, season 3. Got to check it out when you can. But I've also just wanted to binge, go back in time. So I got in my time machine, YouTube, and I went back to revisit an old favorite TV show of mine, one of them anyway, Fantasy Island, with Mr. Rourke and Tattoo, the plane, the guests and their stories. I had fun watching it and being reminded of just a few things I want to share on today's video thought blog. Mr. Rourke, Tattoo, the plane. Oh man, so many fond memories. But being a writer and not even knowing it back then, just so fascinated with the stories of how you see this beautiful island, this beautiful getaway, right? And you see people, normal people coming to the island. They get off the plane with one set of luggage and they look happy or they look kind of perplexed, and as they get off the plane and the music is playing, Tattoo is asking Mr. Rourke, hey, that looks like a nice young lady, or they seem like a nice couple. And then Mr. Rourke breaks it down that, yeah, they may seem nice, but this and that is going on. And what they're here for is to see if this is going to work, to do this or that. They have a fantasy, they have a dream, something they want to see completed, or something that's going to help them kind of move along in their life. And it would always, looking back at that show, it always remind me of how when they leave Fantasy Island, they would leave resolved with just a lot of things that were on their mind, off their mind, or just, whether it's, like I said, being resolved about something, getting through something, becoming somebody new, whatever it would be. Once they leave the island, they would leave with a totally different set of luggage. And it had me thinking about the different fantasies that can be in our lives, the different getaways we can have, whether if you're a gamer, if you're an old TV buff / Netflix binger like me, no matter what you're into, what passion, what hobby, what lifestyle, something that it's kind of like a fantasy, a dream, um, to you that helps you escape um, things in life, and it's good to do that every now and then. Um, but it makes me wonder, you know, as it's good to get away and take a break from things, how are we when we come back from that, you know? And for some, it can be, you know, sad to say, it can be an addiction. After you come out of that, what's going to be your decision? Are you going to be done with that addiction? Are you going to be, uh, if you have a dream, are you going to pursue it more, take more steps towards your goals, losing weight, whatever it may be this year, this moment? What are you going to do once you step out of the fantasy, once you step out of the escape? Because we can only escape things for a certain amount of time. We always have to come back to them. And that's the thing, you know, with fantasizing, uh, with even addictions, is that you may step away for a while, but you still have to come back and deal with the consequences of reality. With gaming, used to love gaming. Last game system I had was PS3, and I've stopped there because I don't game that much now. Not even on the smartphone. I just, there's some things you just, I'd rather spend better time doing. But it was fun to play the games and to break them, to master them, to get through all the levels and defeat the game. But after defeating the game, you got to come back to reality and deal with the things in your reality. Addictions, it seems nice to get away. That addiction, though, does more harm than anything, because even though it helps you escape, it still doesn't solve the problem. And when you come back from it, you still got the problem that you have to deal with. And that's what I mean when we have these fantasies, these addictions, these things that we like to get into to get away from things. Well, we got to come back to reality and deal with things. And that's what I was reminded of watching the show, is that you always have to come back to reality and deal with things. Deal with things with a different set of luggage, different set of emotions, because your way of dealing with it before you left may not be the right way to deal with it now. And you got to think about that. How do I deal with reality? I think about that with the past couple of days and what has happened uh, in the political realm of things. It's crazy. It's stupid. Um, it's shameful. Um, that's how we can be as a nation of people, and viewed by other nations, other countries, places around us. What do they think when they look at America? What opportunity, what example do we give them? Do we give them? They see that in what they see on TV. And I had to think about, even with that, my response to it. What will I be like dealing with the reality of things? Because there is a reality of things in this world of hatred, of indifference, so many things that, like I said in one of my other V.T.Bs, from a distance, if you look at the earth and you zoom in on humanity, we look good. We look great. But you zoom in on our minds and our problems and our so many things that make us up as a person and our differences, then starts trouble. Trouble if we let it. So all that rambling, um, just a video thought blog for today. Fantasy Island. When we go into our little cocoons, our fantasies, our steps towards our dreams, our addictions, you know, what decisions do we make coming out of those? Do we make decisions, hey, that addiction has me. Am I going to get the help to get out of it? That situation bugs me. Am I going to finally deal with it? Okay, I played this, I watched this movie or watched this show for 10 hours straight. Okay, I need to get back, get some sleep, get to work, do some things. You know, we all have those things that we use to get that little escape, to go to that little fantasy island, so to speak. But in reality, we have to be adults, put on the big boy pants, you know, and deal with things and their consequences. So in today's video thought blog, I just want you to think about that. How do you deal with your reality after coming out of your fantasy, whether it's gaming, whether it's addiction, whatever it may be, after you come off that high, how do you deal with reality? And is it the best way to deal with it? That's my thought blog for today. Donovan Penis, out. Peace.